Hello and welcome back to Reddit League Season 2, Week 4, Kyrgyzstan. Now we're going to switch it up a bit this week. I'm going to quickly show you the standings. We're in third now. We lost to Wolf Tracker by a few hundred points, but we got our extra points because we finished, I think it was fourth in the seed. So without further ado, we're just going to get into the seed. I'm going to show you the results and everything else afterwards. But we're going to start with this now because otherwise I'll just get nervous. Okay. Dirt road. Yeah. I'm not actually sure where this is. Okay. Game wants us to go north. Fuck it. We'll do it. These dirt roads are difficult. There's a couple of locations in Kyrgyzstan that I think are relatively easy. God damn it. Dirt roads aren't one of them. So I'm just gonna hope we get out of this sort of is it a valley? It's a bit too close together in terms of the mountains to be a valley, I think. But we're gonna try to get out of here and maybe make it to somewhere where there's, you know, some signs, ideally. I've practiced Kyrgyzstan quite a lot. I've had a few of these locations, not many, and I unfortunately don't remember where they are. It's getting real. That's a better road, slightly. When it comes to about a minute and I haven't found any further information, I'll go look at the map and try to figure out and deduce where the hell we are. Actually looks kind of deserty, which would mean we're probably not too far from Balikchi. I don't know any other real desert-like areas in Kyrgyzstan. What did we have here? Shakesh Ata. What's that sign? Nate Karatar. Okay, give me a second. I need to check this. Here. It's Ala Arka. Okay, so it's not this, but God damn it, where is it? Here. Seychelles Biosphere. It could be this road, but I don't think it is. I think we're somewhere over here, potentially there. Karatal Japik Nature State Reserve. Karatal. That's already a pretty poor start to the leg. Not ideal. The good thing is in Kyrgyzstan you can make up big disadvantages potentially. But I wanted to get a good score here with how much I've practiced. Is there even a river here? Kubaki Pass. No, not really. 30 seconds left. But I don't see any other place where it could be. I mean, up here, Chongqing National Park? Here, maybe. Potentially, there is a river going past it. Yeah, we're just gonna go for it. I don't really know where else it could be. So we're gonna take a punt, and who's down there? Ah, I was so close to making it to a location I recognize. If I had made it about here, I would have known where we are. I don't know. I don't think going down there would have helped much. Is there anything on the map here that would suggest where we are? I don't think there is, to be honest. So it's not all bad, at least. No, I don't think so. Okay. Well, yes, Tarsarai. You know what the funny thing is? That is one of the locations for the Division 1 seed. So playing that helped out quite a bit. That means I can't catch up to I can't catch up from the first round, except it's actually not exactly the location. I think the actual location that we had in Division 1 was like 100 meters further down the road there. This, by the way, just Tash Sarai isn't on the map, but you can see the curvature here where it goes south and then back west and follows along a river. You can see that here. I think we're actually further down here. The location we had was there. Let me have another look. Where's the river? I can't see it here, which is unfortunate. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's actually quite far away from the curve. We started here. So, I think we're going to go even further over here. There. I don't want to show you what you can find when you make it anyway. Yeah, sure, we've got 2.5 minutes. I'll quickly show you Balikchi, because I've got a nice reference point there, if I can make it there in 2.5 minutes. Things on the Kyrgyzstan map always look a lot more, a lot closer than they actually are, because there's so little in between in between cities. So we're probably going to have to use most of our 2 minutes to get to Balikchi, but we'll just do that. In the meantime, I can tell you a bit about how the other 3 seeds went, or how about my practice went. The other 3 seeds went all right. The Division 4 seed, 4 seed, was great. I got 24.6k, I think. Division 2 seed was meh, as always, 15k roughly. And then I got 17k in the Division 1 seed, where I rekindled my hatred for locations close to Bishkek. Like, there's so many, so much of Kyrgyzstan looks very distinct and is very easy to tell apart. And then you've got the area surrounding Bishkek where it's just all boring, monotonous, and I just can't get it into my head where is what city. Alright, there we go. We're into Balikchi now, or at least close to it. There's the town entrance sign. And there's this little... I don't know what it is, actually. Does it say here? This thing here. Which is a great reference point because, well, I mean, you see the town sign for Balikchi here anyway. But if you come from down here, this, considering here is this intersection, this is the first thing you see. And there's no town entrance sign for Balikchi, is there? There is. Yes, but it's only in Cyrillic. So this is a much easier landmark that you can just go, okay, this is Balikchi. All right, 50 more seconds. So I can also tell you that Kyrgyzstan was like the most fun I'd had practicing for a single country in the Reddit League so far. I don't even know why. I think it's just because the landscape is so distinct, but the coverage itself... Radox, come on. Just joking. But the coverage isn't so extensive that you feel like you have to remember 700 different types of landscape. The coverage only covers this area, down to here, this area over here, and down here. So there's only 10 to 15 different kind of things you have to remember to almost get in fact get very close to the right location. All right. That's another interesting one. I'm not sure from the start where this could be. I have a couple of thoughts where it can be. A car direction is also something that can help you out. Actually, what is this? Is there signs here? No. I've got a couple of reference points on these little side roads with signs. Bartabai. Is it cool there? I feel like we might be in this area. But I'm not gonna spend too much time looking for things here because I could be wrong. So we're just gonna continue. Is there mountain ranges? Yes, there is. So another location where it could be is down here. But I also can't see anything here, so let's just continue. Some of the cities in Kyrgyzstan just don't really show up on the map as well, or you have to zoom in like really, really close. Over a small little channel here. There's another town sign. John Bulak. Also, you might be thinking like, oh, I recognize that Bulak thing. Lots of cities and towns in Kyrgyzstan have similar endings or similar beginnings. Like you could take apart a couple of them, just form new cities that, you know, that are already existing somewhere else. The car direction is interesting here though. Let me just continue. There's nothing here, I think. I feel like I recognize this place. Yes. I was right in my first thought. That's Chetiogus. So we're over here. Can we actually find that? We're not that far, because I felt like, I'll tell you after the round is over. I need to do some pinpointing here before it's too late. Yeah, now I recognize it. We had two locations actually in the other two seats that were very similar. Is this Chelpak? A sign for Chelpak? It should be. Irdik, no. Earlier than that, here. Alright, so is there a sign right here? Not really, but it makes a curve. So this is this one, yeah, definitely. We're not too far away. Let me have a look over here. Where does Kalinovka begin? Well, there's a long road down here. That is this one, probably. I mean, Kalinovka just doesn't appear. I think in the actual like game here, like there's no town here where there should be. Maybe they've built it afterwards. But let me go and have another look here. Okay, there's no. This should be right though, right? Yes, definitely. Where's the? I actually think we're further here. All right, I'm happy with that. Okay, it's also like it's really difficult to get 5,000 points on a round in Kyrgyzstan because you've got very little reference points to pinpoint with, and again, you can see like. Good luck finding that right spot. I got 66 meters, lost 5 points. That's fine. Oh no. We're either in. Actually, there's a sign here. Is that one of the useful? No, it's a useless sign. You can see those quite a lot, like around quite a lot. I think they're just speed limits. Alright, so we're somewhere either in the Osh area or around Bishkek. If we're in the Osh area, that's fine. I can deal with that. If we're somewhere near Bishkek, I'm not happy. What was this sign? Was that another one of those useless signs? Yes. God damn it. But we should be able, like, with either area, I should be able to find signs pointing towards cities. And I already know from experience, if I recognize them, then we're in the Osh area. If I don't, we're somewhere near Bishkek. Because there's so many cities or towns near Bishkek that just don't show up on the map or are like difficult to see. Aksu. That's an interesting one. Might have been the sign for the river. Still got more than 2 minutes, so we should have enough. Oh, 312, Bishkek. Okay. Now then. Please give me some signs that would help me figure out where the hell we are around Bishkek. I'm pretty sure we're west of Bishkek. The question is just where exactly. And that's not an easy question to answer. Actually, I say unfortunately. That's probably good for me. I feel like in Kyrgyzstan, the more difficult the round is, the better for me. I'm pretty sure we're somewhere in this area. Actually, do we have... Okay. I don't recognize that. See on the sign, say... No. Don't recognize anything that's written on there. Come on. There you go. No, that's not the direction I want to go. It's very populated in this area, which is unfortunate because that means there's not a lot of town signs around. I kind of don't have the best feeling about this round. I should be decently close, but with 20 seconds to go. Yeah, let me have another look. What was the starting location like? Kind of upwards. We might actually be over here. Screw it, we're going over there. Oh, we are further, yeah. I should have looked at this sooner. There's Aksu. Yeah, then I would have gone further west. This might be bad, because if you go west, you'll find Karabarta. I mean, we only lost 400 points there, so it's not too bad, but that's not too difficult of a location. I don't quite like this seed. It's too easy. And with too easy, I mean, the locations themselves aren't hard enough. I recognize this, but I don't know where from. Like, there's so many beautiful locations in Kyrgyzstan that you could get where you actually needed to have practice to find them. And then there's this ugly town things. Jesus. This ugly collection of towns. Let's go with that. Direction east. I think we might actually be in the Osh area this time. I mean, we're definitely not in Bishkek. That's for sure. There's too much nature around here. Not enough boring grey. That being said, give me this sign. Osh Narimanov. Okay. Alright. Unfortunately, no kilometer markers there. Narimanov was north. I don't think we're actually that close to Osh, we can't be. Can I recognize any of the cities? I went west. Time off. Okay, you know what? We'll continue on for a bit longer this direction, but I think the other one will probably have better information for us. But there's this here, Kyrgyzstan, Osh. It's great and all, but I'd love to know where we actually are right now. Osh. Wait, are we actually in Osh? It's possible. I suspect we are. But where exactly? Okay, we're going back. Let's try the other direction. We can't be too far away from Osh. That's clear. I didn't immediately recognize that, so I'm going on a bit further. In the hopes of finding a city I actually do recognize. But I don't know if I will find one. What do we have here? Oof, that's a long name. Yeah, here. Give me that. Give me that. That should be this city. Yes, okay. I'll take 600 points, 600 meters. A bit further southwest. Oh, this one. I see. And then we went down here to Osh. Okay. So 20.5k. Oh, Axolotl has already played and got 3k. Oof. Radux 13.9. 20.5k is actually my second best score I've ever got on Kyrgyzstan, only beaten by the Division 4 seed, which I'm going to show you quickly. And then as a bonus, I'll show you some of the nicest locations in Kyrgyzstan that I've found while practicing. Because there were a lot of really nice locations. Why did I open the Division 3 seed again? Okay, so yeah, this is the Division 4 seed. Did I have anything beautiful in here? Debatable. I had another one. That's what's so frustrating to me, because Kalinskoye, this location, I think we were... Actually, was this the exact same location? No, we were a bit further. We were around here. And I actually walked the same way, and I got that one right because, yeah. Because I feel like, for this one, I did see Belovodskoye on a sign. I'm pretty sure I did. I must have. But I don't know why. I guess I was just nervous. But I sort of skimmed over it and thought, looks a bit like Belovodskoye, but I'm not going to read it because I'm an idiot. And only in the last few seconds realized it probably is. Probably did say that. So yeah, that was a bit dumb from me, but whatever. The only, like, all of these locations are kind of There's the GeoGuessr location I had in Division 4 seed. I've had quite a few of those, so I immediately recognized the city. This one, boring. You can find the airport here, which is quite easy. Made a stupid mistake while pinpointing, but whatever. Karakol was actually quite interesting because it's a big city, but I didn't really find anything that would clearly tell it apart from Bishkek. So in the end, it was more so an educated guess based on the general feel of it, that there was mountains in the south, pretty close, That was mostly what I was basing it on, because there are mountains south of Bishkek, but it's quite a way there. So yeah, and the only actually beautiful location I think you could say in this seed, and again, depends on whether you'd call it beautiful, but it's easy to recognize, is this location here. Because if you look at this, there's a lot of space to the north, and there's this sort of hill chain. I don't know if that's actually a word, like a smaller version of a mountain chain is a hill chain, maybe. And you can see that if I go into Google Maps here, you can see that over this little thing you can see here, that's this hill chain, and it continues all the way. Like if I go around here near Akhtal and look to the south, there's this hill chain. If I go all the way to the east, I don't actually know how far east I can go. How about here? Yep, there's still this hill chain. It's a bit smaller and a bit further back there, but it's still there, and it continues all the way across here. And it's the only place that looks like this in Kyrgyzstan. That's covered by Google Street View, of course. Probably this one looks similar, but yeah, as you can see, there's no Street View there. Yeah, I'm actually not, I don't think this looks quite similar. Yeah, this is a lot more mountain chain like. Okay, we'll do the other interesting places afterwards. I'm not quite sure I remember whether any of the other seeds had interesting locations, so we're gonna look at them. This was a bit frustrating. The Division 2 seed. First round was, again, near Karakol. I didn't make it to JT August this time, but I found Chelpek and Irik, which I do think we found in our seed. Yes, we did. So yeah, that again told me roughly where we are, and it wasn't that difficult. Yeah, then we had a location in the outskirts of Bishkek. I think I've said this in the video already, but I hate the outskirts of Bishkek. Fuck them. I can't get them in my head. I never get them right. Then we had this one right here. Let me have a look at that. Oh yeah. Very vast, kind of snowy. Pretty much a dirt road. Similar to that one up here actually, but less snowy. And the important thing you need to, well, I say you need to find. The important thing you are going to find is down here. I mean, that's one landmark that you can remember. I never do though, because like 200 meters further is a great sign for Akmus and Torogard, which I didn't find the first time I was looking for them, because Akmus is all the way down here in an area where you normally really wouldn't look, and Torogard is outside of coverage all the way down here. But once you know it, that's an easy find. Then we had, yeah, this is one of the hardest locations that you can get in Kyrgyzstan if you don't know it, because it's snowy, and in Kyrgyzstan there's only a couple of snowy locations really. One of them is around here, all the way this area. One of them is all the way down here. And then there's nothing really that's that snowy anymore, as far as I can remember. There's Arslanbob here, which is also quite snowy. But yeah, and Arkit is quite snowy up here. But other than that, there's nothing really much, except also, I think Mordo Ashu is a bit snowy. Except this road here. And the problem with this road, if I can show you the street view here, it stops here, stops here. There is no information on this road that you can find. There is one landmark you can remember to tell you you're on this road, and that's this cottage here. There's also this sign, but as far as I'm aware, there's nothing important in regards to location. I think it just says like steep hill, beware, snow, like icy, possibly. Something like that. Probably incoherent Russian, I would assume. So yeah, this is the thing you can remember to tell you that you're on this stretch of road. I actually had that location before in practice, but I didn't remember where it was. Okay. And then one over here, which was not that difficult because you'll find signs for Jalalabad here. And yeah, that's the Division 2 seed. And then we've got the Division 1 seed. Yeah, see me with the 24.945. Great score by him. I actually had 3 very good rounds. The first round was down here. I did eventually find Kurshab, which is a city I recognized from practice. I'm not too confident on my guessing near Osh, but yeah, as I said, that was one I recognized. Funnily enough, another location quite close actually, near Boston, Shorobashat in this area, but I didn't remember it, and I thought, I don't actually know what made me go with this area because I was relatively close. I might have seen a sign for Jalalabad, but I couldn't find any of the other cities. I'm not sure. Not particularly beautiful, this area down here though. Then we've had this area here, which was quite fun to play because, I mean, you can recognize it, I guess. It's slightly distinct, at least, but there's a lot of crossings over this Karabalta River, which is probably the most useful clue you're going to get here. Which should tell you that you're probably not too far away from Karabalta up here. And so I just went towards this river and I followed it down here, and then I was like, okay, this looks like the area we should be in. And then the river just crosses the road about 1 billion times, and you need to find the right location. Like crosses here, 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 here. Crosses the road loads of times. And I did get the right one. Unfortunately, like just across the corner of it, actually. Yeah, actually, to be fair, I didn't get the right one. I thought it was this one. It was actually this one. So, yeah, close. Close, but no cigar. Then, what did you have? Location 3. Oh, yeah, that's the location I was talking about earlier. If you look at it here. Looks exactly the same. Seems familiar. There's actually one, like, if you do make the mistake and go south, because another thing I trained myself to do in practice, I don't know how well I followed it actually while playing my seed, but in Kyrgyzstan, you want to go, if it's a north-south road, go north. If it's a west-east road, go west. In 90% of the cases, that's the better direction. There's a couple of exceptions, but mostly that's where you want to go. If you do go south here, you will find something that's discernible if you recognize it, which is a goat here. That's not a goat. What am I talking about? What is that actually called? I genuinely can't remember what that animal's called. Whatever. I'll look it up afterwards. But it's a statue that you can use to recognize, okay, Balikji area. And then we had, yeah, again, location near Bishkek. Found a couple of signs to cities I've never heard of before and that are also not on the map. So I thought we were near Osh. Yep. And that's it, I think. Should be. Alright, so now I can show you beautiful places in Kyrgyzstan. Or, well, maybe less beautiful, but more so recognizable. If you can see here, this is a location that got me twice. Mordo Ashu. A mountain pass here. Quite beautiful. Bit of a dirt road. A bit snowy because it's relatively high up. Similar scenes here. But if you go over here, it's actually more snowy. And it loses its mountains. So I have to assume it's a bit higher here. And up here, all the way up, still you can find snow lying about. I think it's at just under 4,000 meters above sea level. So of course there's snow here. But if you go along here, you'll eventually find Songkor, which is one of the only lakes you can find while playing GeoGuessr in Kyrgyzstan. And you need to not mix that up with Isikur, which shouldn't be that difficult. But you also need to not mix it up with this lake here, the Togul Reservoir. And there's one more, this one right here, the Ototokoi. That's a German word. I don't know what it actually means in English. But you need to not mix that up. Other interesting location, Aslanbop. I never had a location there, not in practice, not in any of the competitive seeds. But it's a kind of a weird town because it's very snowy. Again, one of these locations. I showed you that before, didn't I? And I don't know if there's any signs. I never actually looked that in depth. It's so distinctive that I didn't really feel the need to. Probably. I actually think I had this in a challenge before, like months ago, maybe even years ago. Other interesting locations include Tashkomur. That's one of my personal favorites in terms of sites in Kyrgyzstan. Like, look at this and tell me this isn't beautiful. Like, that's gorgeous. And it's easy to recognize once you know it's Tashkomur, but there aren't many signs here. I never, while playing, found a sign. I mean, I usually play 3-minute practice rounds, but I never found a sign for it. This area is also... Actually, is it this area? Yes, it's this area. Also quite beautiful to me. A bit grey and, stony, but you get this river, quite a wide river, actually, that flows through this... again, not really a valley. I don't know what the right word for it is. It's not really a ravine either. It's a bit too wide for that. And that's also quite easy to recognize. Then you've actually got something up here that's quite easy to recognize, which are maybe not here. Over here, this area. No? Wait, where was it? Here. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. This, it's not really a bridge, but where they built the highway, like they amassed the earth, so to speak. It's a bit higher than the ground would be normally, so that's quite easy to recognize. Arkit, dirt road, kind of snowy, also not too difficult to recognize, and a similar location here in Ala Archa National Park. You probably saw me look at that once during the actual game. Also quite snowy, but not a dirt road. There's actual asphalt here. And it also occasionally gives you signs for the national park. And one more snowy location is Chunkuchak. Very close to Bishkek, so surprisingly snowy. Probably not something you'd go with if you'd never had it in practice, considering that, the vicinity, that it's so close to Bishkek, and it's so snowy and so high up. But yeah, there's a pretty big incline around here, where it starts rising pretty quickly. Other interesting locations, Susamia. This one right here is probably one of the most... Actually, not this one. I mean, this is pretty distinct to begin with, but I actually meant up here. Down here, I mean. This one. Very, very snowy. Very beautiful to look at as well. Probably not a place where you want to drive. Actually looks pretty clear here. Not a lot of snow on the road. So it might actually be really fun to drive here. Probably dangerous too. And there's also quite a lot of snow in this area. Not too beautiful to look at, but again, also quite distinctive because it's a very straight road. And then one more beautiful picture I've got for you here, or a picturesque look, is back towards this town here. That's sort of at the bottom of this mountain range, which is also it's burned itself into my mind as an image. Whereas if you go and look the other way, this is relatively, it doesn't really tell you much. this is recognizable. Anything more? I think that was mostly it in terms of location that I remember. I mean, I remember this location as well because it screwed me up quite a few times. Where you go across this bridge here. And I think you find some signs somewhere in this area. But I can't quite remember now. I think they all, like, they point you to Malaysia and Bishkek. And yeah, signs like that, signs that point you towards Bishkek in Kyrgyzstan are useless unless they tell you the kilometers. And even then it's often difficult to judge where you are exactly. But yeah, I think that's mostly it of my tour. Actually, no, not quite yet. There's a couple more around Isikul that I never really got in practice, but that are quite nice to look at. And one more landmark that I had in practice, which is this tower over here. Not particularly amazing to look at, but there's barely any signs around here. So unless you make it to Tokmok, you're probably not going to find a whole bunch. And a couple more. This one, Fairy Tale Canyon, looks pretty beautiful. Maybe not the best location I just showed you. Maybe this photosphere is giving you a better look of it. Yeah. If it loads. Yeah, there we go. Pretty beautiful canyon, and you can see Isikul from here. I've never been there in any of my practice games, so probably not something you have to remember. I don't know if there is a location in there. But yeah, and also one more beautiful location that I actually was looking at in in the Division 4 seed, I think, but that I had actually found before is the Seven Bulls Rock over here. There you go. Let me go a bit further away from it. That's also very easily recognizable, very beautiful to look at. Now, one last thing up here. Grigorievka, north of it, is also quite a nice location that doesn't have any clues whatsoever if you don't know where it is. But you can drive across here a bit. Is there anything over here? Actually, this is probably the most beautiful location alongside that trail, at least as far as I'm aware. Where it goes over this little bridge here. You've got that little shack over there. Yeah, so now then, that was my tour of Kyrgyzstan. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.